I'm Dina.
I'm Catherine.
Okay, and they're here next to my painting of Thomas Jefferson drafting the Declaration of Independence, and I wanted to ask them, what do you think Thomas Jefferson would think of our current president?
So, good question. I would say that definitely his beliefs and everything are not at all aligned with the current presidency. And that, I mean, as it states in the quote, rebellion to tyrants is obedience to God. We both talked about it, and we're like,
I think that we both think that based off of his morals and his ethics that he promoted, the fact is that nowadays what people interpret as obedience to God is very different than what Thomas Jefferson would have thought.
Misconstrued.
Okay.
And I think it was more clear to him what that meant and what the definition of a tyrant was.
Okay,
Yes.
I think those are excellent answers, very diplomatic, and I thank you for your time and talking with me today.
Thomas Jefferson saw our current circumstances today, I personally think he would be distraught and confused. Distraught to the fact that we're in the spot we are today, and confused to the point of how we even got here and the events that may have led up to this. And I just think he'd be like, how can we go from here and move forward together and collectively as a society?
That's excellent. Thank you very much. Okay, what do you think Thomas Jefferson would think of our current circumstances?
Political circumstances, I am assuming you mean, and I would think he would be appalled, since he was a drafter, one of the original drafters of the Constitution, and how it's kind of being annihilated right now. I would think that he would have a great deal to say, and he would be a huge opponent to what is currently going on.
All right, thank you very much.
All right.
Texas at the state capitol with Thomas Jefferson drafting the Declaration of Independence. This is me kicking off the pop-up tour across the nation. It is entitled Thomas Jefferson Travels from OC to DC. So more to come. Stay tuned. Oh yeah. Hello, we're here in Austin, Texas with
JC.
And
Maya.
Okay. And I'm going to ask the question of these ladies. What do you think Thomas Jefferson would think of our democracy today?
Well, Thomas Jefferson, I know he believed in changing the Constitution every 7 years, and we don't do that, so I don't think he'd be very thrilled.
I don't know
Okay.
if he'd be a big fan.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't think he'd be a good fan.
Very good.
Change is a thing, but we don't really do a lot.
Okay, very good. All right. So you think that we should maybe have some changes with our current democracy?
Absolutely. The world's changing, so should we.
You gotta follow
Okay.
that change.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time, ladies.
Thank you.
I am here with, okay, and I'm going to ask him a question. What do you think Thomas Jefferson would think of our current democracy?
Firstly, I think he would be incredibly proud that it has lasted thank God for 250 years. I think that is quite an achievement in and of itself, and I think he'd be proud of that his work and his legacy has lasted so long. But I will say with an asterisk that I think he feels that it's still an experiment and that it still has room to improve, especially now in the very polarized climate today.
All right, thank you very much. And here we are with?
Farah Rahman.
All right, and I am asking the question, what do you think Thomas Jefferson would think of our democracy today?
I think he would definitely be glad that it has still lasted for 250 years. And I think he would be glad of America's position in the world stage as it is. Not completely, but I think he would be very happy with that. I also think he would probably recognize and acknowledge that the fact that we ended slavery is ultimately the right choice, and it was the way it should have always been from the beginning. I think he would have definitely come to terms with that, especially seeing the achievements of a lot of our African American compatriots. But I also think he would be disappointed in the fact that it seems that at this point our democracy might be at threat. And I think he'd want American people to be emboldened to have that fighting spirit to fight the tyrants not only in foreign soil but at home as well.
Very good, and thank you very much. We are here with
Marie Millen.
Okay, and I'm going to ask Marie, what do you think Thomas Jefferson would think about our current democracy?
I feel Thomas Jefferson would tell us to concentrate on the good that our country has brought to us and to others, and to concentrate on getting along, create positivity, not negativity.
Okay, all right, thank you very much.
Thank
Appreciate
you very
that.
much.
Here I am in front of the Capitol steps with my painting, Thomas Jefferson drafting the Declaration of Independence. This is one of the last major stops. I'll be stopping in Philadelphia later this weekend, but for now I am here with Mr. Jefferson's seal, rebellion to tyrants is obedience to God. We are here with
Kylie.
Okay, and what do you think Thomas Jefferson would think of our democracy today?
Yeah, I think Thomas Jefferson, first of all, he'd be really excited for the 250th anniversary we're about to have, so I think he'd be really excited about that. But overall, I think obviously his quote right here says, rebellion to tyrants is obedience to God, so he'd be excited to hear about all the movement happening and all the young people getting together to make change, so I think he'd be excited for the change that's happening.
Wonderful, thank you so much.
Yep, thank you.
Here I am with Thomas Jefferson drafting the Declaration of Independence in front of Independence Hall, Philadelphia. Of course, Mr. Jefferson today, June 28, 1776, completed drafting the Declaration of Independence. So it's a very special day indeed. This is a big stop in my tour. Thomas Jefferson Travels from OC to DC. I'm very privileged and honored to be here, reaching out to people to help reconnect them with the principles that were formed for our democracy. We are here with Okay, and we're asking a question. What do you think Thomas Jefferson would think of our democracy today?
I think he'd obviously be pretty upset about it. I think it's not going probably according to his plan. I'm thinking about it recently. 250 years in America. It's pretty cool. It's a big milestone. I think I tend to see all the messed up stuff. Just this current country. I'm growing up and things are expensive and there's so much injustice in the world. So I get pretty riled up and upset about all that stuff. But also at the same time, 250 years is a pretty short time when you think about it. Everything around plus is like built within the last 250 years. That's like kind of crazy. So I like to think of like America as, you know, kind of at the stage of my life that I'm in, which is, you know, just kind of transitioning, just like kind of mess up, like we're not doing exactly what we're supposed to be doing. You know, Thomas Jefferson, obviously you'd be pretty upset, but I think he'll realize that what he's created, what the founding fathers have created, is something bigger than just, you know, following the rules set by a group of people 250 years ago. It's just ever changing, you know? I think he'll be pretty happy about that.
We are here with
Jack.
Jack, and I have a question for you, Jack. It is, what do you think Thomas Jefferson would think of our democracy today?
I think that Jefferson would see the state of our nation today in democracy, and I think he would think it's a little fragile, that maybe we need to be working more to preserve democracy, to not let the people be so easily swayed by people almost to vote against their own rights, you know, that the values of democracy need to be reinforced even to today, and if people think that these values are, you know, always there, they're going to be permanent, I think some people are sorely mistaken. So I think it's something that we, you know, got to fight to keep, man.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I just want to say on this last leg of the trip that I've really enjoyed touring the country with Mr. Jefferson and representing the painting and talking with people and getting their views and feedback. Everything was positive. They were very pro-democracy, and I'm really proud of that. Happy 250th anniversary to everyone.